The Mikmar D-ring snaffle bit elevates the snaffle bit to a higher level of communication. This distinctly different design unites classic looks with superior results. The traditional style cheek piece is made from the highest quality stainless steel available and is combined with the jointed, slanted, low-port mouthpiece. This mouthpiece functions very similar and hits the same pressure points as the original Mikmar mouthpiece.
It was easy to replicate the performance she got, at home in the combination bit to the show ring with using the D-ring.
I've had every single horse I've put it on has loved it. It's a great bit. They're all very soft in it. They go in a good shape. They keep their heads down, and I've had nothing but good luck with that one. I've had more horses like that one than I've ever had any other horse like a bit.
Unlike a typical snaffle mouthpiece, it is lightweight, wide, and flat with a low port. It incorporates a copper roller for stimulating saliva and helping to keep an overactive mouth pacified. The jointed, slanted, low-port mouthpiece lies flat on the tongue with no interference and is comfortable and properly positioned in the horse's mouth at just the right level to achieve effective results.
She was really good, and she had gotten used to it. She would accept my hand, and her jump had improved. She was jumping higher and in better form, more consistent, and was champion. And she'd been champion, I think, 3 out of the 4 times since she started using that bit.
The D-ring style cheek piece helps prevent possible pinching at the corners of the lips. It also aids in directing the horse and prevents the bit from pulling through the horse's mouth.
They like it, when you're softer, and they seem to enjoy that, but at the same time, if they want to get a little quick after the jump or whatever, you could just say no and then let go right away again, and they just seem to respond a lot better to that versus something else you have to, really hold on to them for 5 or 6 strides, versus in the Mikmar, it's 1, maybe 2 steps and you can let go right away again. So you just got a lot better of a response from the horse and a better attitude almost, I thought.
The Mikmar D-ring offers riders an excellent tool for achieving that proper carriage, as well as good lateral and vertical flexion.
The snaffle itself, the way it's constructed, it makes it so the horse can push it up off his tongue if he's uncomfortable. He can start to kind of give to because of the centerpiece. If you have a horse that wants to push his tongue over the bit, it's up high enough where they can't get around it. They stay in a position, and then they don't fight you on it, because all of a sudden, because the bit doesn't hurt them, because of the way it sits into the corners of their mouth, they'll kind of fight it for a second, all of a sudden they go, oh my God, this is gonna hurt me, I'm fine, go ahead. And you can see them, their whole demeanor will change. You can just see them, they'll start to prick their ears, you'll see them start to move their tail. That's usually a sign that a horse is relaxed and comfortable.
Preferred by hunter and equitation riders for the show ring as well as for pleasure riding and schooling, this bit gives you that desired traditional look with the optimal control offered by the Mikmar bits.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of horses fighting with it with the mouthpiece because they're not really afraid of it. So it's they usually fight when they start getting afraid of a bridle. Kevin Babington was talking about his chestnut horse and how the horse is really strong, but if he has too much bridle, he loses the shape of his horse. And he found that with that bridle, he could not only had enough control, but the horse wasn't afraid of it and gave him a beautiful shape in the air. And that's what got me thinking about my one Grand Prix horse. The one that was in the Hackamore, he gets worried of other bridles, and you can't put a lot of bridle on him, and yet he's very strong. So that's when I ran and put that Mikmar Pelham on, and I got the same thing. I got beautiful shape out of his jump, and I thought he wasn't afraid of the mouthpiece.
I felt that you had a lot of control, but whereas you could just give back and be really soft, and you could, when you need to use it, you really can use it, but when you're not using it, you can be very, very soft with it.
All Mikmar bits are made in the USA. The original Mikmars are made from a lightweight metal alloy, both mouth and cheek pieces. The Kimberwick, Pelhams, and Snaffles are made with a lightweight metal alloy mouthpiece. The cheek pieces are made of high-quality stainless steel.
I really believe that these bits make a difference. I think that, and I think that in a really well supervised program, I think that they can keep a horse comfortable and going for many, many years.
The Mikmar Bit Company was founded back in 1953 by an accomplished horseman named Frank Evans. The first bit, called the training bit, was designed to get good results and help the horse to better understand what was being asked.
I've always contended that you could take anything, again, if your hands are good enough, you could turn out a top horse. I think the people like Jimmy Williams, I've seen him with just a rope around the jaw. Made a beautiful reining horse out of it. And there's people with bad hands that didn't make any difference what they use. So the answer is not always bits. That's one of the reasons I developed this bit, because it applies so many people can use it without hurting the horse. I know when I was in the training business, I had 5 assistants. I spent as much time on their hands and bits as I did on teaching them to train, literally, to keep them out of the horse's mouth, give the horse a chance to react after they ask it to do something.
And Frank Evans' answer to getting out of the horse's mouth and giving the horse a chance is his uniquely designed Mikmar bits. We dedicate this to Frank Evans' memory and his incredible lifetime of excellence in horsemanship. And Frank's legacy to the horse world is his Mikmar bits. Decades of training and a love of horses have created these products for all horses and riders to enjoy. We hope you've enjoyed learning more about the most important piece of equipment used to communicate between horse and rider, the bit. One bit can't change your entire relationship with your horse, but the Mikmar bits are an amazing step forward to having better communication and making you both happier.
Sekunden für Mühlen Dietersmeyer, 105.09 seconds.
Für Otto Becker notieren wir 8 Fehlerpunkte in der Zeit von 81,77 Sekunden. We take time points 81.77 seconds.